It's so hard to find the right information, but then most importantly, the right people to learn from. We need to see this person has grown in the process, they've been able to make it. And to show an example, that's Osman. I've been with him for like 4 years now. I've seen him grow. I've seen him go through the highs and lows, and he's now a great trading mentor.
How has it been for Osman?
In the beginning, I was focusing on money.
Yeah.
After learning 1 month, in my first week, I made 800K.
For real?
Yeah, so I made a lot of money, and they used to pay that for a month. That was working in a pharmacy.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm done with employment. That very week, I wrote my resignation letter, which on the boss's desk. But
we're back once again. Forex Flex it is. My name is Osam Calvin, the entertainer. I'm right here with
the dollar. Could call me the trader now.
Oh yeah, okay, the trader. Now, a lot of feedback from our last episode.
Yes.
Today let's speak about the physical classes.
For like the past 2 years now, I've had physical trading classes in Kampala.
Yeah.
And looking at it in a sense of learning trading online is possible.
Yeah.
It's okay. But when you go physical, it's much more easier. So we looked at it in a sense of how can we now train people, especially around Kampala. Obviously, we look at expanding across Uganda and all that. But how can we train these people, learn, and then most importantly, be able to network or connect with other people? I think personally, like when I was starting off, I was learning everything online.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that there were even traders in Uganda. To be honest. But now we have a physical office where you're going to come, meet mentors, people that have been trading for years, but then most importantly, meet other people just like you.
Okay.
And they're all learning.
That's interesting.
And we've had mentors, great traders. These guys have been trading for like 4 years now. Consistent, making profits. We have one called Osman. And I thought he could also share some of his insights because he's really great at trading.
Osman is going to be joining us today to share his experience in regards to Forex trading. But if you may paint for us a picture, especially with physical classes, how was the first year like? And of course, how the build-up has been over time.
Firstly, we've seen a lot of growth. The first time when we opened up these classes, we were having, I'd say like 4 people in a month. Like it's crazy. We only have like 4 people to learn. And now trading is gaining a lot of traction. People would want to learn. And to be honest, it's now big. We have, I would say, about 100 plus people at the office, like per month coming to learn. And the numbers just keep growing. So I think this is, I would say, the best time to get in. I always look at these opportunities as, okay, we have something new. It's like the more you take to learn, then other people are taking the chance.
Interesting.
So there's always also saturation. Like at some point now it's overwhelming. Everyone is now trading and all that. So it's so hard to find real content, real value from the right people.
Some people always say that mentors are very expensive. Identifying the right one is also not that easy. Some people opt to learn, to train themselves using YouTube and all these platforms. They also say it's also not that easy, you know, going through different content until you zero down on what works for you.
To be honest, starting off with mentorship itself, it's expensive. With most training schools and all that. Now for like these Western countries, it's even crazy. When someone is charging say $3,000, that's like 10 million for like, I don't know, a mentorship session. Which to be honest is really so huge. But here, most especially us here, say in Uganda, Kampala, we looked at it. How can we make this much more affordable? Because to really be honest, it's so hard to find the right information. But then most importantly, the right people to learn from. These days, there's a lot. Someone is just going to go over on, I don't know, TikTok or YouTube and all that and are posting whatever. I can now teach you how to trade. But what are the results? Because I would say that's the most important thing. We need to see this person has grown in the process, they've been able to make it. And to show an example, that's Osman. I've been with him for like 4 years now. I've seen him grow. I've seen him go through the highs and lows. And he's now a great trading mentor. And as a trader, most importantly.
Nice.
I should give him a position to now speak and share his journey.
So introducing Osman right about now. How has it been for Osman? From your own experience, how you've been able to grow from just being a learner to becoming a mentor, how you've been able to polish your skill set to getting to that.
I'm Osman Lakan.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time trader. I've been trading for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So I joined trading because, everyone joins trading because they want to make money.
Yeah.
You're looking at where you are, things are not working. There's some things you want to do, but then where you are, it is not working at all.
Yeah.
So we all come into the business because of money.
Yeah.
But it wasn't easy at the start.
Yeah.
Because that mentality of coming in thinking about money, sometimes you forget that for you to make money, you have to first learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now the more we into it, the better it gets.
The better it gets.
Some time, of course, it started clicking, and then eventually things started paying up.
Nice. So while doing mentorship, would you advise someone to opt for physical class mentorship or online class mentorship? Do you have those two options? I'm imagining someone is in Kenya, someone is in Zimbabwe, but they would want to come on board. They want to be under your mentorship. How would you advise them?
Okay, now it depends. Location is also something very important.
Yeah.
Certain people who cannot, manage to be in another country for more than maybe 1 day or 2 days.
Yes.
So if you're maybe very far away from someone who you trust in trading, I would recommend you to do online mentorship.
Okay.
Because it's all about understanding the system, and the system can be understood from anywhere as long as you're learning from the right person.
Okay.
But if you need that physical interaction, with someone, then physical classes is better because you have an opportunity to talk to the mentor, ask live questions, show them how everything is done, and then you can see yourself actually becoming better. Actually, it is better learning physical. Like you learn quick than online.
Yeah.
Actually, knowledge, you can find it everywhere.
Yeah.
But then the only problem is the right knowledge is what is not everywhere. You can read 1,000 books of getting rich, but then you never get rich.
Oh yeah.
You only need one good trick to understand how to make money, and then you're adding the knowledge that you've collected. So mentorship is not easy because many people fear paying something for mentorship.
Yeah.
But then for you to get the real trick, you need to pay something. Though I realize a lot of traders charge a lot of money, and remember, we are traders, we are making money. So I wouldn't see me charging a lot of money from someone to teach them how to make money.
Yeah.
Because the most important part about mentorship is to see, for example, Calvin also downloading money with us, because there's a lot of money in the market. We can never finish it.
Yeah.
So for us, we made it a little bit easy. Like, we see a lot of people struggling. So we decided, to give back to the community, or to even thank God for bringing us into Forex trading and the lives we are living.
Yeah.
Let us do a very good, price for everyone, so that everyone can learn the market.
Interesting. Nice. What is that frequently asked question, especially from some of the students or some of the people that you've interacted with over time?
Okay, now, very, very good question.
Yeah.
They ask, is Forex a scam? That is the most frequently asked question.
Yeah.
People come in and they want to learn, but unfortunately, they don't even believe that Forex really makes money.
Were you also among the doubting Thomases when you had just gotten into Forex trading?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, for me in the beginning, I was seeing so many guys from out there.
Yeah.
So it took me time to actually come into the game.
Yeah.
Until I saw a Ugandan doing it. Absolutely.
Interesting. Now, if you may share some hacks or some tips for someone who's just starting out as a trader.
The most important part, any new trader or anyone who wants to be a trader, focus on learning, not the money.
Not the money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because as an entrepreneur, we attract money, we don't chase money. And you can never attract it if you do not have something of value.
Yes.
So now trading is a skill. That means it is valuable.
Okay.
So for you to be consistent, first get the skill. Money will just follow you. And even in trading, we always say follow the money.
Follow the money.
But you cannot follow it if you don't know how it moves.
Yeah. So if from your own experience, can you share maybe some ups and downs of your trading journey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe a quick one of how I started. I was working in a pharmacy. Yeah. But in the beginning, like I told you, I was focusing on money.
Yeah.
So in my first week, after learning 1 month, in my first week, I made 800K.
First week you made 800K?
Absolutely.
How did you make the 800K?
Of course, trading.
How much did you invest?
I was actually risking like $100.
$100?
Yes, sir.
You flipped or you followed that? Because
of course, in the beginning, we just flipped.
You just flipped?
Because you're not yet good in risk management.
Yes.
Yeah, so I made a lot of money, and they used to pay that for a month.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm done with employment. That very week, I wrote my resignation letter, put it on the boss's desk. But that was the worst mistake I ever did in my life.
For real? Bro. So when you advise someone to ditch their job if they have landed, I mean, you've been able to earn your first 800, but you're like, no, what am I doing in this pharmacy shop?
Oh yeah, no, I don't, because we don't believe in one-hit wonders or home runs. What you want in trading is consistency.
Yeah.
Because you can make the 800 today and tomorrow it is all gone.
Yeah.
So now I made that mistake, and trust me, after that week, I lost everything, even the savings I had, because it takes time to understand.
Time. So how did you basically get a comeback?
Very huge one. I actually got a loan from my dad. That is when I got a comeback.
Interesting. Yeah. So the trading journey has those ups, downs. You need a mentor. You need someone who can train you for you to be equipped with the right skills, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, where have you been getting the motivation, especially at a personal level, to keep pushing? Because I mean, 4 years is not a short period of time, and I'm sure the 4 years also come with the challenges.
I have two things that always keep me moving.
Yeah.
Like the moment I open that chart, you know, every time you open your chart to have access to the market, you always have access to $7.7 trillion.
Yeah.
So now at the back of my mind, I tell myself the money is available. The only question is, how can I get the money?
Yes.
Just imagine entering a bank, you see the safe of the money. No one is there to stop you from entering the safe, but now you have to know the passcode to the safe. Okay. So that means you're going to fight as much as possible so that you can enter the safe. So it's the same thing in the market. Money is always there. If I lose 1,000 USD today, I'm guaranteed by evening that money can be back on my account. Absolutely. So that is one of the things that keep me pushing in this market. No matter how much I lose the money, I can lose maybe $40 in 30 seconds and I make $50 in 30 seconds.
Okay, what time do you think they should spend on demo trading before they get into the real actual trading where the real money is?
Okay, so now according to my experience, I wouldn't allow someone to be on demo for so long. Because remember, that money is not having any emotions attached on it.
So what time do you think someone should spend on the demo trading?
I think 1 month is enough.
1 month?
1 month can be enough, as long as, because on demo we are just testing the system, how it works. How do I set stop loss, take profit? Because that you cannot manage emotions or psychology with demo. It's not possible. The important part of demo is just to test the system. How does it work? How do I enter? Now, if you want to improve your psychology, because remember, psychology is what makes money. Not even technicals. So now you need to attach emotions. So you need to put real money.
That's interesting. So for you, but before you put real money, it took you 1 month, then you started investing, putting real money. And what was your first investment?
The first deposit, the real first one, was $100.
It was $100. Then it translated into
to 800, 270 something.
That's quite good. That's good business. If you asked me. Let's go. Another question here is, how do you evaluate and choose reliable news sources for market information?
So first of all, news is a very, very important thing in trading. Because what we are trading live economies. So news events are basically telling us what is happening in those economies. So if you cannot just focus on the market without understanding the economy. So basically the most important website we use that tells us about news events is Forex Factory. It's very trusted. It gives all the news events on any currency pair. And also news events, like I've told you in the beginning, we are trading live economies. Remember, we are buying if a currency gains value. We are selling if a currency loses value. So now the first question is, what influences that? That is the economy. It's not the government, not demand and supply or anything. For currencies to gain value, it's about political, social, and economic factors. So that means you're supposed to be informed of how the currency is in that particular country that you're going to trade. Because the direction of that currency is going to be determined by the economy. If you're looking at the dollar right now, let me give an example of the dollar. I think you're seeing what Trump is doing, putting tariffs on every country. And actually, you can realize we entered the year when the dollar was around 3,740 something. It was actually going to 4,000, but right now it has dropped to 3,650. Why? Because of what is happening. People now are scared to invest in USA because anything can happen. You can invest in a product from a certain country, and the guy puts tariffs on that product.
Yeah.
So you're not making money.
As we come towards the end of today's episode, what are some of those tips you would give or advice you would give someone who is looking for the right mentor? Some of the things they need to look out for?
Yeah, if you're looking for mentorship, first of all, I would recommend Forex Bulls.
Yeah.
Because it's the best, trust me.
I hear you.
I've taught information about Forex trading.
Yeah.
Like I've told you, knowledge is everywhere, but the right knowledge is not everywhere. If you're choosing any mentor, focus more on someone who gives you value than just telling you trading will do this for you. Question is, how does it do it? If you're a trader, you want to learn, I would recommend Forex Bulls. We do have physical classes where you have physical interaction with me, Daniel, other mentors, so that you can know how we actually do it, how we make money from the market.
Nice. What are the rates like for someone who's looking for mentorship?
$150.
$150.
Very easy money.
Yeah.
And the good part about it, we teach you as we're actually making money for you.
So that takes what period?
1 month.
So in 1 month, there have been testimonies of people who have been sorted just within that time period.
Yes, sir. And of course, we actually even keep on following you.
Yeah.
After the 1 month of physical interaction, we give you another month so that you can pass by every day for questions and answers, and then a lifetime online following you up so that you can actually be a good trader.
Nice. What piece of advice would you give someone, a young trader who is in a place of despair? They have tried, things have failed, they have sold a piece of land, things have failed.
If you're struggling, I've talked to different traders, like I've been teaching for almost 2 years. I realized a lot of traders are focusing on what is actually not a problem.
Okay.
If you ask traders what could be the reason why you're not making money, first of all, they're going to mention psychology. I'm not good at psychology, risk management. They are going to mention capital. There's some traders who are even blaming capital.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trading on a small account. But in trading, capital is not a problem. The most important thing in trading is understanding the market, because that is where the money is.
So before you worry about capital, first educate yourself on the markets and how they operate.
Yeah, that is where the money is.
I get you. Thank you so much, man, for coming around to share with us in today's episode. And that wraps up today's episode of Forex Flex. We've been coming to you from Dim the Lights. You can always pass by for any refreshments, or you want to grab a bite, it's the place. We'll see you guys next week. Sometime. It's been Calvin the Entertainer. Follow me on all the socials. Peace out.